Namaste, welcome yogis. This is our first practice in the Yin Yoga and Affirmation series, and this is all about success. So of course, a lot of us think of success in terms of our job, our careers, but it can really be success in any area of your life. And the affirmations serve as a way to illustrate maybe the limiting beliefs that are holding you back from achieving the success that you're hoping for, but hopefully it's also going to show you the beliefs that you have that are supporting you towards success. So the affirmations that feel really good to you, that you already believe in, hopefully they should inspire you and motivate you and give you kind of that extra push. And the ones that have a little bit more resistance or that feel a little bit harder, well, they show you where you need to work a little bit more. And after the practice, you can journal on those a little bit more to uncover why those didn't really resonate with you and where you want to take it from there. So 2 blocks are very useful for this practice, and I also have these little yoga jellies just to support my knees in like a low lunge that we'll be doing. So if your knees are sensitive, maybe grab some props. You can just grab blankets or even some pillows or just another mat that you can fold over just in case. And we're gonna start in a toe squat. So a pretty intense asana. Toe squat, you wanna tuck your toes under, and I'm actually gonna use my little yoga jellies here for my knees. And you'll notice in all of these practices, I always have a little piece of paper close by. That's just because I've written all of my affirmations on the paper. It's a little hard to memorize all of them as well as the poses. So as you tuck your toes under and let your hips sink back on your heels, really move the little toe out of the side so it's not curled under, and try to find some space of comfort. If it becomes too much, you can always lean forward and put more weight on your hands, but as much as possible, try to keep it down. So reflecting on this theme of success, reach your head up towards the sky. And our first affirmation is, I have unlimited power and potential. I have unlimited power and potential. Simply repeat this to yourself a few times and notice how the affirmation makes you feel and what comes up for you. I have unlimited power and potential. Let's ease our weight out of the heels. Point your toes back. It'll probably feel pretty intense. I know it feels pretty intense for me and my body. And I'm a little bit too forward, so I'm just gonna move back. We'll come into melting heart pose next, or what some people call puppy pose. So aligning the hips over the knees, you can walk your hands out in front of you and melt the heart and the forehead down towards the floor. Relaxing in the stretch, opening through the heart, through the shoulders, through the upper back. Let's internally repeat. I believe in myself and know I am capable of great things. I believe in myself and know I am capable of great things. Press your palms into the floor to lift the chest and the head back up, walking the hands in. And we'll come into a dragon pose, a low lunge, and I'm going to do this one with blocks. So stepping the foot in between the hands to the top of the mat, aligning the right knee over the ankle with the knee and the toes pointing forward. I find the floor is like a little far away from me, so I'm going to use the blocks. And I like to have the blocks on their highest level. You can adjust however you'd like at home. And then let the hips melt forward and down as you keep your chest slightly lifted and draw your shoulders down and away from the ears. So pretty intense asana. If you need to come out earlier, you're welcome to do so, but otherwise try to melt the hips down and just hang out here in the pose. Our affirmation for this low dragon is I am focused on my dreams and goals. I am focused on my dreams and goals. And just asking yourself, is this true for me? If so, why? Or if not, why? I am focused on my dreams and goals. push into your right heel to lift the hips up and shift back. And we'll go to the other side. So I'll step my right knee on the little jelly. Left foot can step forward towards the top of the mat, pressing the hips forward and down, aligning your knee on top of the ankle. You might need to readjust your blocks just a little bit here. Pressing the hips forward and down, melting into it. Our affirmation is, I attract the right circumstances at the right time. I attract the right circumstances at the right time. Push into your left heel this time. And releasing from here. Let's move into a wide-legged child's pose. So your big toes can come together. Knees go as wide as you would like them to be. Push the hips back towards your heels, and you can make your way down towards the ground. And even though the arms are extended out in front of you, shrug your shoulders down. And I love this affirmation. I can easily handle whatever comes my way. I can easily handle whatever comes my way. Let's ease on out. And bringing your legs out in front of you, we'll come into a butterfly fold. So the soles of your feet can come together to touch, and you might want to have one or both blocks for this one. So as the knees open up, you decide really how wide or how much distance you want between the heels and the inner groin. The closer your heels are, the more you'll really feel it towards the inner groin. Whereas if you bring them further out, you'll probably feel it a little bit more to the outer hip. So one is not better than the other. You just kind of find the one that feels like it'll be the most beneficial for you at this moment. And then I like to have a block underneath the forehead. And you can turn your hands facing up towards the sky so that you're not tempted to push or pull. Softening into the shape, relaxing fully. Internally repeating to yourself, I always ask for help when I need it. I always ask for help when I need it. Let's ease out of the forward fold. Be mindful of not holding your breath as you do this. Keeping the breath flow steady, even through our transitions. And you can move your props out to the side. We won't need it anymore. We'll just take a seated twist before we lower down into Shavasana. So you can start with your legs out in front of you. And we'll just kind of go through the motions just to see which one feels the best. So you can bend your right knee and then cross your right foot over towards the outer edge of your left thigh. And this might be okay. If you'd like to go further, you can bend your left knee and bring your left heel beside the glute. And now from here, I'm just gonna move it so I can still see it. Lift and lengthen your spine, and I like to just hug and hold onto the thigh as you bring the right fingertips back behind you. So we want to avoid this kind of rounding action that sometimes happens in twists. Instead, we want to lift and lengthen up, creating as much space between the crown of the head and the tailbone as we possibly can. Closing your eyes once you're there, pushing into the big toe. And our affirmation here is, my work is satisfying and productive. My work is satisfying and productive. Let's unwrap the spine, unwrap the legs. Making our way to the other side, bend into your left knee. Cross your left foot over to the edge of that right thigh and really push into that big toe. You're welcome to keep that leg straight, or you can bend the right knee if the knee doesn't have any pain, so the heel moves into the glute. Sit up nice and tall and really maintain this length even through the twist. So you can wrap your right arm around the left leg. Left fingertips can go behind you for a little bit more support. Lengthen up. Our final affirmation around this theme of success is, I love setting new goals and believe I can achieve them. I love setting new goals and believe I can achieve them. Let's unwind. carefully lower all the way down onto your back. Shavasana. And settle in here, noticing how you feel now as opposed to when you first stepped onto your mat. Not just physically, but also mentally or emotionally. Observing the differences and giving yourself time and space to fully integrate this work. Deepen your breath, letting this new breath reawaken and re-energize you until you can move fingers and toes or turn your head side to side. Reaching your arms up overhead as if you're just waking up in the morning. Stretching everything out, and we'll roll to the side. Just come up to take a seat. Sit up in any way that works for your hips and for your low back. And you can close your eyes once you're there, drawing your hands to your heart. Let's close our practice with the chant of Om one time. Inhaling to chant, big breath. Namaste. Thank you so very much, yogis, for doing this first Yin Yoga and Affirmations practice with me on this theme of success. I hope you enjoyed it, and to really process this work and to go even deeper, I highly encourage you to take the next, 15 minutes to an hour, really, as long as you need, just to journal. So without censoring yourself, just write down whatever comes to mind and really take the time to reflect, especially on those affirmations that maybe felt a little bit more difficult or challenging, or that you noticed there was a little bit of resistance towards. whatever it may be. And without being hard on yourself for this, it's really just about developing some curiosity and being willing to go a little bit deeper. This is why our yoga practice can be so transformational, but we do have to do the work in order to get to that place. So thank you so much, and I will practice again with you soon.